The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you all today on NAKIVO's partner webinar. We have done a lot of great work this year and are quite anxious to share the results with you. Let me introduce myself. I'm Alex, Product Marketing Manager at NAKIVO. Also presenting for you today is Anton, Senior Business Development Manager. Now let's take a look at our agenda. The webinar is dedicated to our progress this year in all of its aspects. We'll start with NAKIVO in 2018, what we've achieved as a company, our customers, and financial success. Then we will look at top 10 features of NAKIVO backup and replication that we've added during the year. Then I'll give you a short demo of the key new features. The last but not least, we'll present info about NAKIVO's position versus competition, our partner benefits, promotions, licensing, additions, and pricing. As a dessert, we'll give you a sneak peek into what we're planning for 2019. Not to keep you waiting for too long, I'd like to give the stage to Anton.
Hello, friends, everyone. Thank you for joining today. I will begin with giving you a quick overview of NAKIVO in 2018. Just a quick reminder about some general information about NAKIVO. So we were successful in the market since 2012. We started with VMware only, and we currently also protect Hyper-V and AWS EC2 instances. One of the only products out there that can back up EC2 instances, by the way. We have more than 10,000 users across EMEA, Americas, and Asia. And our customers vary from small to large, from several VMs to 7,000 VMs across many sites. And we keep growing 65% year over year, financially stable and successful, and we keep adding new features to the product every quarter. And of course, all of this is thanks to our partners. We have over 3,000 resellers worldwide. NAKIVO is channel-oriented, and this webinar is for our lovely resellers. So thanks everyone for joining and listening to us today. Some of our latest wins in the United States include US Army, US Navy, and the Department of State. In fact, it's interesting that the Department of State is using NAKIVO to protect both VMware VMs and AWS EC2 instances. There is a GovCloud account, so account for governments, and this is what they're using, and very happy with NAKIVO so far. I was also very happy to see Johns Hopkins University buying another, I believe, 50 socket licenses from NAKIVO just last month. So Johns Hopkins keeps expanding on their NAKIVO coverage. And of course, our recent win is the Gold Award at VMworld 2018. We were recognized as the best data protection company of VMworld. And in the finals, we went head-to-head with some very good companies, large companies, but the jury picked NAKIVO for multiple reasons, which we will describe today. The company has been growing 65%. We always had a stellar growth of 65% year over year with more than 3,000 partners helping us to achieve this growth. And as I mentioned, NAKIVO is channel-oriented, so 90% of our sales are partner-driven. I've talked about those customers briefly already, United States Army, United States Navy. So we are glad to be able to expand into the government sector. And I think our software is affordable and feature-rich, and government would rather save some money on the software to spend them on other sectors. So I think NAKIVO is a great fit for any governmental organization in the United States. In 2018, NAKIVO has expanded to multiple new markets. Like we have added site recovery, and we are now present in disaster recovery orchestration. We have backup export to perform multi-platform restore. And of course, we have added policy-based data protection, a new feature which allowed us to improve our presence in the data protection automation market. Since most of you have been a partner of NAKIVO for quite a long time, you know that we always release major features almost every quarter, and this is due to the fact that NAKIVO entire team is focused on single product only. We currently have more than 100 people just working on NAKIVO backup and replication every day, and this is why you see, even on this slide, milestones. Every quarter we have a release. Each release has a major feature included. There are multiple reasons why customers choose NAKIVO, but I would like to point out that the most important reason is that we have an all-in-one solution. Because in NAKIVO you can find backup, you can find VM replication, you can find backup copy job, which is another way of calling backup archiving, which means that you can take your backup and send it off-site or to a different destination. We have site recovery and many granular recovery options. You can recover files, objects, etc. So this is important. We don't break our product into multiple solutions to try to upsell our customers. We just put all the efforts into developing.
I think we lost you. Hello, Anton? We lost you for a moment there. Yeah, can you repeat just the last two, three phrases? Thanks.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened here. Let me know if you lose me again. So I was saying that NAKIVO is all-in-one backup solution. We have all major features like backup replication, backup copy job, site recovery, and granular restore. And customers love that because they don't have to buy multiple products to be able to achieve their goals. NAKIVO is also a very unique, we have our niche on this market. And many industry analysts and resellers have recognized this. NAKIVO is able to natively run on a NAS device, like Synology, QNAP, Netgear, Asus Store, and WD. And what this gives us is we can build a very inexpensive but high-speed backup appliance. So if your customer has one of those NAS devices, they can just go to the application market of their NAS box and download NAKIVO as the native application. So they can do this within 5 minutes and have a very high-speed and affordable backup appliance built, which other companies sell for thousands of dollars. The ease of use of NAKIVO, you have all tried the software, so you know how easy it is to use. Let me give you an example. We have a virtual appliance version available. So it's a VA with NAKIVO pre-installed and pre-configured. It's Ubuntu-based. So it takes about 5 minutes from downloading the software to running the first backup. It's super easy to get up and running. And of course, the price matters for every customer out there. So NAKIVO is up to 20 times less expensive than the competition, having very good features. So there are cheap products on the market. Cheap because they don't cost a lot, but they also have no features. NAKIVO is an affordable product because we have a lot of features, but we are still priced reasonably. All right, and now Alex will tell you about the top 10 features of 2018. Alex, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Anton. That was really great. So this section contains the list of top features released in 2018, going from 10 to 1, and a short demo of selected features. So let's start. Number 10. Built-in support chat. That's a simple thing and ingenious. So, NAKIVO Backup and Replication provides fast issue resolution by integrating support chat into the software interface itself. All the customer has to do is open the chat, type in their issue, and get assistance in a matter of minutes. Number 9, EMC Data Domain Boost Support. You may know EMC Data Domain is this awesome deduplication improvement technology which can boost backup performance by up to 50%. NAKIVO Backup and Replication offers integration with EMC Data Domain, providing improved performance of DD Boost. Number 8, self-backup. Well, it's not an exaggeration to say that backup solution itself is vulnerable to data loss. To restore all the settings completely and get back on track, one needs to rebuild backup configuration from scratch. It's logical to protect a backup solution. NAKIVO Backup and Replication can automatically back up its configuration on a scheduled basis. So if you lose the machine with the product, you can restore everything in a single click. Number 7, file recovery back to source. Files, as you know, can be lost in numerous ways, ranging from software malfunction to human factor. When it comes to critical data, file loss can mean serious financial consequences. NAKIVO Backup and Replication offers file recovery to source, which is basically an undo button in case of a data loss. The feature allows customers to recover objects back to its original location without having to perform full VM restore. All file permissions are also restored, and what's really great about it, the procedure is instant. Number 6, cross-platform recovery. So, migration is a big deal, always a big deal, because different virtualization platforms don't really offer much interoperability. Data protection in multi-platform infrastructures is a time-consuming challenge. However, NAKIVO Backup and Replication offers cross-platform recovery, a feature that makes it much easier to migrate VM data or test its recoverability across multiple platforms. Basically, it takes a VM backup and converts it into a desired format like VMDK, VHD, or VHDX. Customers can freely transfer all backups to another platform with just a few clicks, or test how everything works before doing the actual migration. Number 5, advanced bandwidth throttling. NAKIVO Backup and Replication was designed to be fast. That's hard to argue with. So it transfers data at a maximum available speed. However, if the networks are already loaded by more critical processes, customers may want to limit the speed of data transfer using advanced bandwidth throttling feature. NAKIVO Backup and Replication allows you to set up bandwidth rules, making sure that your jobs do not exceed the bandwidth limit. This way, customers can not only restrict backups globally to a certain speed, but also differentiate jobs by importance, giving the crucial ones more bandwidth. In any case, the production will go on unaffected by backup processes. Number 4, NAS-based backup appliance. Anton has already told you about this. This is so great. NAKIVO Backup and Replication can be installed directly on NAS, which effectively turns the NAS into a high-performance backup appliance. In 2018, the list of supported NAS models and vendors have been greatly extended. Customers can now install NAKIVO Backup and Replication on any of the 172 supported NAS models by Synology, QNAP, Netgear, Asustor, and Western Digital. Number 3, Universal Object Recovery. This is my favorite personally, just magic. So, while NAKIVO Backup and Replication provides instant recovery for Exchange, SQL, and AD objects, a customer may have a different database or application. Universal Object Recovery is this new feature that allows customers just what they want. They can mount disks from a VM backup to a production VM and use the native application tools to recover their data. Basically, Universal Object Recovery allows customers to restore data from any application and any OS. Number 2, policy-based data protection. So, in large and dynamic virtual environments, VMs appear and disappear every day. Chasing infrastructure changes manually is time-consuming and can lead to leaving important VMs unprotected. Instead of manually adding VMs to jobs and chasing every environment change, customers can set up policies that regularly scan their infrastructure and protect VMs that match policy rules. The rules can be based on VM name, tag, size, location, power state, configuration, and whatnot. And finally, the number one feature of 2018 is site recovery. Historically, site recovery was cost prohibitive for SMB and even some enterprise customers. This includes both software costs as well as costs needed to set up and maintain a complex site recovery solution. Just as an example, some solutions charge as much as $750 per VM per year. So a mid-sized environment with, let's say, 100 VMs would cost $75,000 per year just for site recovery. And that's without any other backup or data protection functionality. With NAKIVO backup and replication, customers can automate and simplify the disaster recovery process. The site recovery feature enables customers to create recovery workflows and perform scheduled non-disruptive disaster recovery testing. One can perform planned failover, emergency failover, failback, data center migration, etc. The custom workflows can include steps for graceful VM shutdown, final VM replication, replica VM re-IP according to predefined rules, network mapping, staged replica VM power on, custom scripting, email notifications, and really whatnot. Once set up, site recovery jobs just need a single click to run and recover the entire infrastructure according to the plan. Site recovery is an integral feature of NAKIVO backup and replication that is available in enterprise editions of the product. As opposed to typical price for dedicated site recovery software, NAKIVO's pricing can be up to 20 times lower. NAKIVO backup and replication has this intuitive and simple interface, which ensures easy site recovery setup without any special training. Also, NAKIVO backup and replication is the single point of control for all data protection activities, including site recovery. There is nothing else to set up, nothing else to integrate, just the existing software that the customers already know. Just start the site recovery wizard in NAKIVO backup and replication, configure the process once, test it without environment disruption, and have the ability to recover the whole infrastructure in a single click. Now, I'm going to show you a short demo, which is basically an overview. So every big feature will eventually have its own dedicated video or a webinar. Let us start with advanced bandwidth throttling. It's here in the configuration tab. So advanced bandwidth throttling allows me to create rules for bandwidth restriction. As you can see, we have no rules yet. Let's create a new rule. Rules can be global or per job based. Let's start with global. Call it rule 1. And restrict it to 1 megabit per second. This handy hint here tells me that it would take 2 hours, 23 minutes to transfer 1 gigabyte of data. Now we can add a schedule here. Let's say we have some generic business hours, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Now we just click Save. And here is our rule. We can edit it, disable, or remove it. So from Monday to Friday, from 9 to 5, it will restrict all jobs to 1 megabit per second. Let's create another one. Now there's going to be a per job based rules. It's going to be called rule 2. Let's restrict it to 1 megabit per second. And here's the list of jobs. Let us say that this Officeworks backup is the least important of what I have. Now I click Save, and here's my second rule. It's just gonna restrict my Officeworks job to 1 megabit per second at all times. I can still edit, disable, or remove. I'm going to remove them right now. And that is all for advanced bandwidth throttling. Let's go to policy-based data protection. I have this job here, and I'm going to edit it so you can see what's inside. So a policy-based job is set with this new view here on the first step of our wizard. It's called policy. A policy is a set of rules. I can add another rule and remove the rule. This first rule here that I've already set up searches VMs by name that contain the word accounting. Now the second one searches VMs by name that do not contain test. So it just doesn't include VMs that are named so that they're testing machines. Okay, let's go. So there's the destination where exactly I want to back up. I can set up a schedule. I will not. There's the retention fault policy. These are all standard for NAKIVO backup and replication. So if you want more info about these steps, please ask. We are going to answer eventually. Now, let's go back and let's test our job. I'm going to log in to my vSphere client and rename this accounting VM that is in the job. Say, rename it to financial. Now, financial, sorry. All right, I'm going back. I may have to refresh my inventory. I will. And let's see what happens to our policy-based job. I have a notification, as you can see. It says that financial VM was removed from the job because it no longer matches the policy criteria, which is obvious because it's not called accounting again anymore. Now we will rename it back to accounting. I'm going to delete this. Okay. And go back and refresh our inventory again. Just to make it a bit faster. Let's go back and see what happens. I'm quite sure that our accounting VM is back again. Yeah, you can see here the event, new virtual machine was automatically added to the job. The accounting VM was added because it's accounting again. And that's pretty much how it works. That's it for policy-based data protection. Now let's go to Universal Object Recovery. Told you it's my favorite. It's here in the Recovery tab, Universal Object Recovery. So, this first step of my wizard helps me to choose the VM that I want to, the VM backup that I want to mount. Let's say I want my CRM mounted, and I click Next. This step allows me to choose disks from the VM. I mean, the VM could have a lot, and I don't have time to, get them all mounted, so I just choose one. I have one here. I have options. I need to choose where I mount this VM backup. I will choose my production control. It's working right now. And now I need some credentials. Here it is, administrator. Now let us test connection. It usually takes like 30 seconds to test it, so I'm going to show you this support chat here. You see it's in the UI. You can choose a department that you want to contact. Just write whatever you want and start chatting, as easy as that. Okay, we got our connection. And let's click Mount. I actually have this virtual machine open here, the one I'm mounting to. As you can see, nothing happened yet, but let's wait and see the magic happen. Hello, we got local disk and system reserved disk. So I'm opening my native CRM or whichever application I want, go into this disks, take the object I want, and that's it. It works. It works just like that with any application. Okay, this is great. Now I have to stop it. It's not in the jobs, but in the activities tab. So I'm going to stop my mounting process, stop it, and that's it for universal object recovery. Now let's go to site recovery, which is the biggest. As you can see, my environment mimics a real one, an SMB kind of environment with some dedicated virtual machines with all of their names right and everything. It's how it probably works in SMBs. Let's have this site recovery job opened and edited to see what's inside, what I have set up for my environment. So the first step in the site recovery wizard allows me to choose an action. There are a lot. I can also filter actions here. So here's my list of actions, my disaster recovery plan. Let's look at it. This first step is send email. I'm going to add it and see what's inside. This is like a standard email UI. It's going to send me an email saying recovering first priority VMs. Now these options here are interesting. The first one allows me to set if this action will be run only in testing mode, only in production mode, or both modes. The second one is waiting behavior, for the job to know if it should wait for this action to complete or just continue. And this is error handling, basically stop and fail if this action fails, or continue the job if this action fails. Let's go back and see. This is just standard failover VMware VMs. It's going to fail over what I called first priority VMs. Then my site recovery job will wait for 3 minutes till everything is up and running. And this one is interesting. It's going to check the condition. Basically, let's see. It's going to ping the exact VMs or the host and see if they work. And we have these conditions here. This is the action if this condition is true. Continue site recovery job. Easy. And if it's false, the site recovery job will go to step 1 and send it again, telling me that it's trying to fail over again. Let's go back. Afterwards, if everything is good, it's going to send me an email that it has recovered first priority VMs and trying to recover second priority. Let's go back now. It's going to fail over 2 more VMs, which are second priority, wait for 3 minutes again, ping them again, and send me an email. Now the last failover of the third priority VMs, waiting again, ping, send email. This is, well, some generic plan and it's going to work great. Now, the second step, network mapping. You can set up network mapping if your DR site and your production site have different network schemes. I don't need it right now. VIP is the same for the same reason. Here, in this step, I can set up a schedule for this testing or whatever. And now here are the options. I can name site recovery job, I can set RTO objective, and I can set up an email for it to send me reports to. That's pretty much it. I have this plan here, so the job is set up, and if something happens, I just click once, run it, and all the environment is gonna get back on track with just a single click, which is awesome. Now, let's go back to our slides. I'm quite sure it's time for questions and answers. So, are there any? Yeah, I can read the first one now. Which licenses have universal object recovery? All licenses. The answer is all licenses except for the basic one have universal object recovery. Now let's get another question answered. Why do Essentials editions cost less? They have the same features. Well, yeah, but they are restricted in another way. They're just up to 6 sockets. So they become more affordable for small infrastructures. This one. Do you support data domain? I'm quite sure that Anton can answer this better. Anton, can you help me?
Yeah, Alex, can you please repeat the question?
Do you support data domain?
Yes, of course. We support DD Boost, a native technology of data domain, which allows us to do deduplication at the source. So when you back up the data domain, NAKIVO will deduplicate the data before doing the data transfer, which will save time and resources, of course. So yes, data domain is fully supported. In fact, we support all other deduplication appliances as well, as Quantum DXi, HP Store ones, and others.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to read another one. Can I use site recovery in vSphere plus Hyper-V environment? If you mean mixed environment, then yes, you can. I think we are going to have more Q&A sessions. And well, basically, if we cannot answer one of your questions right now, we are going to do it later. Just be sure we are going to get back to you. And I'm giving the stage back to Anton, who is going to tell you why customers choose NAKIVO.
All right, thank you, Alex. So I will tell you more, guys, about NAKIVO versus competition, how NAKIVO is different, the partner benefits you're getting with NAKIVO, the promotions that we currently have for partners, and remind you about our licensing structure. So first of all, we always get a question, how is NAKIVO different from competitors? And we have gained a lot of differentiators over the years of developing the product. First of all, NAKIVO is all-in-one product, all-in-one solution. We have backup, we have replication, site recovery. I'm pretty sure that all of you have heard about products that do site recovery, and that's usually the only feature they have. They cost thousands of dollars, and with NAKIVO, site recovery is just one of the features in the list of great features that we have. So this is just an example of what we mean by all-in-one solution. Customers love the ease of use of the software, of course. You don't have to maintain Windows to run NAKIVO. You can use the virtual appliance. You can deploy NAKIVO on the NAS box. It's also very easy to update the product to a new version. And again, as I mentioned before, it takes 5 minutes from the download to the first backup job. And the cost, many users have switched to NAKIVO just because of the price. So they look at the feature set, they see, okay, the features are great, and we can also save a lot of money, especially on maintenance. We have a special trading program that helps customers to switch from their current product to NAKIVO without overpaying. So they pay less for switching to NAKIVO than they would pay for renewing the current support with their existing product. And I will talk more about this later down the presentation. Many of you have worked with our support team, and in fact, if you go online and try to Google NAKIVO, you will find that a lot of feedbacks, a lot of reviews are dedicated to our great support team. We are very responsive. We never divide customers into large or small. We always are open to conducting a support meeting online, and the support is just very helpful all the time. Customers are super happy. And the fast growth of NAKIVO ensures that the company is financially stable. It is fully self-funded. We always hire new developers, and we increase the number of features that have been developed at the same time without compromising the quality. And thanks to this, thanks to the steady growth, you can enjoy new features being released almost every month. Now let's talk about some of the partner benefits. So as a partner, you get good margins with NAKIVO. Looking at other vendors, I can say that not many of them still have 15, 20, 25% margins. And this is just the basic discount you get as a partner, because As you progress, as you sell more, we have promotions, we have different perks that you can use to increase your discount. So as a bronze partner, you get 15%. Once you sell for 3,000 per quarter, you will have 20% as the basic. And once you sell for 6,000, you will have 25% as your basic discount. We only have one requirement for partners to be approved. So once you have signed up as the reseller, please run at least one backup job with NAKIVO. Send us the support bundle or a screenshot of a finished backup job, and this will get you approved as the partner. All partners get access to the website and the partner portal. And the partner portal has sales certifications as well as the technical certification available for free for all employees of your organization. If you have 10 other sales people in the company you want to take through the training, let us know their contact details, their names and emails, and we will create free access for them, free accounts. And we would ask all silver partners to have at least one sales certified professional, and gold partners are to have 2. We also work with partners on getting success stories from customers, because success stories, they help other customers that have a similar use case, to read the success story and see, okay, I can do the same because I have a similar infrastructure, a similar setup. This also helps partners to promote NAKIVO within their customers, because they can, when they share success stories, customers love to see real examples of success, and it helps them to move forward faster. And of course, all customers and resellers that participate in success stories, they get some small gifts from NAKIVO. Currently, this is 100.
And we've lost you again. This kind of happens. So I think what Anton wanted to say is that they receive a $100 Amazon gift card. Are you back, Anton? Hello?
Hello? Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Well, let's go.
Okay, let's talk more about the promotions now. So we currently have the site recovery 20% off promotion. You can buy NAKIVO Enterprise or Enterprise Essentials Edition with the 20% discount. And what this means that you as a reseller will still have your partner discount available. If you have 20% as the silver partner discount, you will also add 20% to the existing 20%. So you'll have 40 in general. Of course, we would prefer if you give the 20% off for the site recovery to the customer, so they can enjoy the discount as well. This discount is also eligible for all customers that want to upgrade from Pro and Pro Essentials to Enterprise. And we have the try and buy promotion as well. If any of your new prospects are willing to try NAKIVO, offer them try and buy. They will try the software, give us the feedback, and get a gift card. Even if they don't purchase NAKIVO, they will still have a pleasant experience with a gift card at the end. And of course, the trade-in. If any of your customers are looking to switch to NAKIVO, they can use the trade-in option. They have to qualify for this as well. Only limited number of products out there can qualify for trade-in, but most of you know which products qualify. So let us know about this customer. We will send you a quote with the trade-in. We require a screenshot of the current product license, which has the customer name and the number of CPU sockets indicated. Once you send the screenshot, we will send you a quote for the trade-in. And the idea here is that customer pays less for switching to NAKIVO than they would pay for maintaining the support with their current product. And the pricing, we have 4 main editions of the software. It's the basic edition for very small users that only need basic features. And this edition can be purchased for up to 4 sockets, up to 4 CPU sockets. We have Pro Essentials and Enterprise Essentials with up to 6 CPU sockets. So those 2 editions would be suitable for customers that have 6 sockets or less. Usually such customers, most of the times they use VMware Essentials Edition. And Pro and Enterprise Edition is unlimited as far as number of sockets that can be purchased per organization. And again, Enterprise has many advantages because of the site recovery and multi-tenancy nowadays. One more time, this is per socket price and it's perpetual. So you pay once and you own this license forever. It also comes with 1 year of support. And after the first year, you can renew support for about 25% of the original cost. So now it's time for more questions. I'm open to your questions, guys.
Okay, thanks, Anton. I'm going to read the questions that I think are for you. I have Synology. Where do I download that version of NAKIVO?
Oh, good question. So if you have a NAS device and you're looking to test NAKIVO on that NAS, you have two options. You can either get the NAS version of NAKIVO from our website, just follow the normal trial download link, or you can also go to a Synology App Store. Each Synology box has an application market similar to what you have with your iPhone or Google or Android phone. And you can download NAKIVO there as the native application. And I think the second option is much faster and better.
All right. Now, are you planning Linux physical servers support?
Yes, so next year we'll have the support for backing up physical servers. Very popular request. Everyone is waiting for this, which will make NAKIVO an even more complete product covering more markets. And yes, we will have Windows physical server support as well as Linux physical server support.
Great. Let's go.
Okay, Alex, it's your turn to tell us what's next for NAKIVO.
All right. So let's see. I'm going to give you a small glance into what we're planning for 2019. So the first is support for physical machines. I'm thinking I had questions about that. So support for physical machines to provide an all-in-one solution for those who still use physical setups in their mixed environments. Then the second is support for tape libraries and virtual tape libraries to grab the tape market, because tape, well, is still popular for a few good reasons, including regulatory requirements and, well, a lot. Then there's going to be support for Office 365, which is obviously a large part of the market that we just can't ignore. And then there is integration with Nutanix to provide a smooth backup experience and maximum efficiency for Nutanix users. And here is another Q&A session. I have already answered some of these questions, but I believe maybe people will want to hear them, more people than just one. So, is there any plan to add physical backup options? For example, to recover a file from physical server instead of a VM? I think I've told that. We're working on it. Now, are you going to add file backups? I think we're going to add this, maybe, after actually introducing physical server backup. How involved is the failback with site recovery? So failback is one of the actions that site recovery can perform. This one is interesting. I think you would want to know this. In case of two policies, I mean, this is probably about, obviously, about bandwidth throttling. So in case of two policies, one global and other one per job, what's the priority? The answer is per job bandwidth rules have priority over global bandwidth rules. All right. Are you planning? Oh, I have already answered that. What's your price for site recovery? Now, site recovery is an integrated feature of NAKIVO backup and replication, which is available in two editions, namely Enterprise and Enterprise Essentials. So that's the answer to your question. Site recovery costs as much as NAKIVO backup and replication of these editions. I'm thinking we're quite out of time. I'm going to answer one more. When is Office 365 set for release? Well, we don't have a release date, really, but it's in the backlog. We are planning it, and it has a high priority. Again, I'm going to remind you that if I couldn't answer some of your questions, I will get back to you to answer them. And well, thank you for attending. We hope you found the webinar interesting. See you guys next time.